Guys, this will be the first church service that we will be attending in the new year. And I was like, I need to be ready for church. I guess this was my body's way of being ready because, y'all, I know that I probably would have slept through it. Ooh, my hair is so tangly and nappy. Y'all, it won't be like this for long because I will definitely, I can't do it. I'm tender-headed one. I can't even handle combing my hair. I don't like it being tight. And you would think, coming from somebody who's worn like tight styles before in their lifetime, get you one of these. But that they wouldn't mind it. I'm so tender-headed. Combing my hair like this is so painful. It makes me just want to go back and just twist it back up, braid it back up, and leave it alone. I think I'm gonna do a very simple style. Nothing crazy. For church, I'm gonna show y'all me getting ready. And if y'all do hear little baby in the background, ooh, see how I'm squinting my eyes at that? Ooh, y'all, I'm so tender-headed. He's sitting in here with me. We're not necessarily on time crunch right now. It's 9:23. I want to leave out of here by like 10:15ish, so that we can get to church by 10:30, so we can have somewhere to sit. We go to a pretty big church, but the pews fill up quickly, and yeah, we're a family of 4 with 2 toddlers. We need a good seat so that we ain't in nobody's way and they ain't in ours. I want to see if I can re-straighten this portion right here. So, cause that is, ooh, honey, I could use a good little brush up. So, brush it. I'm gonna get some naps. Also, y'all went ahead and trimmed it again. I'll say yesterday. It was sometime this morning because, like I said, I ain't been asleep. I'm just gonna re-straighten the portion. I'm gonna leave a little bit of hair out too. Re-portion this part in the front. I think I need to. I don't want it so close to the top. I want it to be rounded more. Like I said, y'all, I'm not good at doing hair. I don't know what. And some people will tell you, I used to braid people's hair back in the day. I don't know why they let me do that. I've been through so many phases in my life, it makes no sense. I guess since I'm here, I'll give y'all a story time. I am 24 years old. I like to say that I've been raising myself alongside God, because I didn't used to give the credit to God back when I was younger. That's when I was very ignorant. But I've been raising myself alongside God, and I will give some credit to my grandparents and my mother for the time that she was here. But I feel like I have raised myself. I have taken a lot of time with myself that nobody took with me. I was a loner child, so to speak. I had friends, but I would consider myself more their friend than them being my friend. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, I felt like I poured more into people than I was getting in return. Even at a young age, like, I was very different. I was aware of a lot when I was younger. I was aware of a lot of people's emotions. I would say I grew up in a very hostile home. A lot of angry people. People not knowing how to deal with their anger. And in that same way, I developed a lot of anger issues and things like that. And I was a very confused child. A lot of things happened to me as a child growing up. Under the care of like people who were supposed to, care for me. But I won't even get into that too much. But as I was saying, I raised myself more, so to speak, from the time I was 12 to now. And even then, I was saying my sister, she had a lot doing when I was growing up. She was like my second mother growing up. And so, bro, I have so many story times. But now, today, she's going through battles of her own. And it's a struggle to watch her. And so I'm praying every day for my sister to overcome what she's experiencing in life right now. Hold on one second. So as I was saying, I feel like I've done a lot of the raising myself on my own. Hold up. There we go. So, yeah. He was doing just fine before I turned this camera back on. But I pray my sister does overcome all that she is going through. Because life is not easy. And I will say that it takes you on a roller coaster of just emotions and things like that. So a lot of the things that I have learned, no one necessarily taught me. Life taught me. So let me get him. Ooh, that was the car seat, by the way. That wasn't him. But it definitely hit the wall, and that's not good. So I definitely had to learn some things on my own, but what can I say? It brought me here. I'm in this very moment. I'm in this very space because of what I've learned, and I'm continuously growing and evolving, and I'm changing, and day by day I'm going to become the person that I'm meant to be. And that person is not just this one thing, but I am everything, you know. And I may sound crazy, but I literally am. We're never going to meet this one specific point in life, because then it would be purposeless. We are designed to evolve and change. So in this very moment, I'm the person that I need to be. But tomorrow or a week from now, I will be the person that I will need to be. You get what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, this very day, I'm meant to be a very patient person, a very understanding person, although I should utilize that in my everyday life. This day may require me to be more patient than I've ever been. And maybe tomorrow, you know, it will require me to be a more empathetic person, or a more isolated person, or whatever, you know, the moment may bring. Life is meant to inspire change in us, and it's to create a spark in us to want to be different, not be comfortable with who we are, because we are imperfect and perfection is far off. We're not created to be perfect. So I think that's what gets a lot of people down, because you're not this perfect being. You're not able to do it all, but you're not meant to do it all. Especially not at one moment, y'all. Not in one day. You can't always be patient. You can't always be understanding. You can't always be empathetic. And that's just human nature. But we should want to and desire to be empathetic and patient and understanding. I am a naturally empathetic person. I gained that through a lot of just growing and changing and evolution of my own, you know, by the grace of God. Anyways, I learned to be that, y'all. I was very closed off. I was a very isolated and mean person, I would say, growing up. And then I changed. Life changes you, bro. I was so hard because I felt like, you know, the very people that were designed to love me and show me affection and things like that, I didn't really get that. But I had to learn from growing up that my grandparents grew up in a very hard generation. My grandma was born in the 40s, y'all. She grew up in that era where life was tough. So I think that a lot of things that they learned growing up, they just, it reflected in how they, you know, raised their children, and then so having to raise their grandchildren kind of trickle down onto us. But I do see why my mother struggled a lot in her life and understanding and raising her kids because of how she grew up. But it was no one's intention to do that or be hard on their kids. I can go long deep down so many avenues, but yeah, y'all, and life is tough. It's not meant to be easy. It is not meant to be easy. God said, in this life you will experience troubles, but take heart because He's overcome the world, y'all. So don't get so down in the dumps and be so depressed and woe is me. You're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to be angry, but don't let that get you down. Don't let that be your life. Don't let that be your story. Don't let that be where you stop. Keep going. Don't let life trample you. You trample life and the obstacles. You overcome them. You fight back. Why give in? There was a quote that I read, like, why give up today when tomorrow might be the day that you win? And you wouldn't even know that. Tomorrow is the day that you win. Every day that you wake up and you choose to live and fight on, you win. You accomplish that day. Because although you may go to bed feeling defeated, honey, you have fought a battle. You have fought a battle, literally. We are fighting battles. And that's why we should be kind and gentle with people. I didn't know that when I was younger, to be kind and gentle with people, because I'm not the only person experiencing things, but that's why I'm so, literally every day, life is the journey. It's the journey. It's the journey. When I was like, why did my mother die? Why did she have to pass away, God? Every day I wake up and I'm like, I need that nurturing aspect in my life. But because I didn't have that, I've been able to give that to others, y'all. You don't know that your journey is your testimony. You don't have anything to give anybody if you've never gone through anything. And I hate to say it, it sucks, but it's that's the beauty in it, bruh. J. Cole, why couldn't you just be a gospel rapper? It's beauty in the struggle, y'all. It's beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. Listen to those words, okay? It may not be gospel, but I'm gonna take it and preach it to y'all. There's beauty in the struggle, because it just shows you how much love you can have in a situation, how much love you can give in a situation, y'all. Same words where it's like, love yours. Ain't no such thing as a life that's better than yours. Y'all, the grass ain't green on this other side, bruh. We look at these people who are in successful positions, and you really don't know what they're sacrificing. You really don't know what they're giving up. Some people wish to have the life that you have. Do you know that we're desiring to have the lives of other people, and other people are wishing to have the lives that we have? So it's just like, take in and soak in the moment. We maybe get down, and it's okay to get down. Just don't stay down, y'all. Don't stay down. And when I'm gonna go back and say, like, beauty in the struggle, you may be sad because you ain't got the nicest shoes, you ain't got the finest clothes, but you got clothes and you got shoes. Because somebody's out there wishing that they had clothes and they had shoes. And then someone's out there and they may have like a home, and someone's out there wishing they had a home. And, people are experiencing so many things. Y'all, I have so many stories I could tell, and I can get into that. But I just hope that what I've said today in this very moment, you guys will take in and just, add that to your life. Add that to your life. We don't have, it's not a bad life. It's just bad moments in life. And if we're able to learn from those moments, boy, you got the opportunity to have a brighter tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think this is how I'm gonna rock the look right now. I'm probably gonna put on what's the name and put on my jacket. But I will show y'all how I look when I'm done. Yeah, and I might end up doing more story times and get ready with me. So let me see what time it is. Hold up. It is 9:48. So yeah, I need to get them ready, and I will show y'all what we're looking like when we're walking out the door. So y'all, I decided to change the fit because that dress was too small. This is what I have on. And in church, we in the overflow. So this is the overflow bathroom. This is the second time this baby done pooped, y'all. So I had to come change him. See, I'm so cute. Look at this. This is his outfit, y'all, for church. I didn't have a hat that matched, so he got on his white hat with his little mittens. We just got out of church, and this is the traffic coming up out of church. How you feeling? Good? You trying to give a thumbs up? You're so cute. Y'all, my pastor said today, this year, we are thriving. We are not surviving. So get up, get ready, because we thriving this year. We living, we not just focusing on, you know, our survival skills and what can get us to the next step. We are actually living. We are letting go and letting God. I truly just feel like today in my life, I have done nothing but survive. I've been living off of survival, my own survival skills, what I know that will get me to the next step in life. How will I get to that next point? And I'm thinking back on my life, and it's a very, you know, pivotal moment in my life. I've had lots of points where I've gotten to, like, you know, this climax, you know, and it can be very anticlimactic when you get to a point in life that you've just been waiting to get to. Like, oh, when I get here, life is gonna be so great, or when I do this, life is gonna be better. And it's like when you get there and it's not anything that you expected it to be, because you rushed it. You want it to be there so bad. Y'all, I think about all the moments in my life where I'm just like, ooh, I ain't gonna cry, but I'm just like, I can't wait for this to be over, because when I get here, when I do this, my life is gonna be so much better. And when I got to that point, I couldn't figure out why I wasn't happy, Lord. And it's because you were so, it's like I was saying this morning. Anyways, yeah, it's literally about the journey, y'all. So I think it's important to live in the moment, to live in that moment, to find joy in those sad and why I'm crying. My face want to cry. I just literally paused the video because I didn't want to cry. But like, to find joy in those moments. I find myself very stressed out and overwhelmed sometimes, because I'm like, well, not in these moments, but in the past for sure. Now more so, I just think about where I am, and I'm like always reminding myself to be grateful, to be thankful. When I get upset, I pray, y'all. I will say that I have been living off of just my own instincts, and because I was and still very am, because I feel like a lot of the times in my life I don't have people that I can depend on. And it's not because they don't show me that I can depend on them, but more so because of my hyper independence, because so much of my life I had to, you know, get up and do for myself, that I never looked at people and thought like, you'll help me, because a lot of people in my life have shown me why you don't take help from people. Even now in this day, when I even told people I didn't want their help, and you know, they kind of forced their help upon me, and then they showed me why I denied the help in the first place. I will say that truly though, it's important to ask when you need things, but also be aware of who you're asking. You know, if you're asking someone who you already know is gonna, you know, do you wrong, don't ask them, you know. But just remember, y'all, it's the journey. It is truly the journey, because you have to learn from what you're going through. If you got somewhere easy, you ain't gonna be able to enjoy it. You're not gonna be able to appreciate it. It's just gonna be like, oh well, you know, another thing that life has given me. And it's like, Okay. Another thing that life is giving you. Yay. Those don't create for appreciative people or appreciative moments. And so as I was saying, guys, it's just like you can't wrestle with God. You can't wrestle with God because He's gonna put you where He wants you to be when He wants you to be there. And it's important to not necessarily question God. You can, definitely question the circumstance in a way, and don't question God in a woe is me. Like what's the song? Why not me? Why not me? Why would God have wanted me to take on this challenge? Why would God want me to experience this? And it's important to realize it's the journey. It's the testimony that you're gonna have at the end, but also to be happy, to be joyous, and be like, I get to do this. I get to the opportunity to not only experience this, but I'm strong enough to experience it, and God will be with me. He'll walk with me if only I allow Him. He's not saying I'm giving you this situation or circumstance to go through it by yourself. Lean on me. You always feel like you got to be that person that has to take on the world, but you are not alone. And I had to realize that for myself, and even now I remind myself, you ain't alone and you ain't in control. My whole life I've always had to take care of me, and in raising myself I created this defense mechanism that I have to have it always figured out, always got to get it done. Pam always got to do it. Pam got to love everybody. Pam got to be there for everybody. And in that way, yes, I do. And I take on a responsibility for people when no one's asked me to, but I know that they need it. They need that love. But then it can be very disappointing when, people are seeing the potential in themselves, but then you also have to see that, they got to realize that for themselves, just like you had to realize some things for yourself. And so I not so much get frustrated, about those things and about where I need to be in life, because I know that I'm in an exact moment where I need to be at this exact time. And I'm experiencing these things, because even experiencing things more than once, because it's like something's not clicking. And it's like, well, why am I experiencing this again? Why am I going through this again? And it's like, because it's something that you're not getting, right? And I like to use this for an analogy, because I was telling Jackson just the other day, like, it's like when you're a boxer, right? And you've fought the same person, and you fought them so well, you've learned their tactics. So the next time you get ready to fight them, you already know what they're gonna do. I already know how you fight. So I'm equipped, I'm ready for this challenge, because I know that I got it this time. Because I've realized how you fight. And sometimes when life fight, you don't fight fair, bro. So it's important to be prepared for whatever may happen. Be prepared for things to go sour, but know that it's the joy in that. Find the joy in that. You wanted to have a picnic, it's raining outside, picnic inside. It's like, don't get down. That's how the devil wins. You let him win by letting him in and getting down. So there have been so many times in my life, y'all, so many times in my life where I just feel like, I don't deserve this. And it's like, honey, if only you knew. If only you knew, y'all. I ain't no saint. I'm a sinner. Just like the next person. So it's like, nobody deserves a perfect life. No one deserves, just an abundance of things. But God is good to all of us, and He has been good to all of us. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to go through things in life. And I said it to say, like, my whole life I've been chasing after this this idea of love, and I just come into the realization, truly having a very pivotal moment in my life where I'm like, you forget the one person that loves you, and he loves you, and you don't deserve his love. You don't deserve his love, but he gave it to you anyways. And it's like you run away from that love because it's like, I don't deserve this. It's like I want the people who I have been doing and giving and loving and being open and just trying to be my best I can be for them, and I want them to love me. And it's like, we don't appreciate the things that we already have. It's like, you got the best love in the world, girl. You got God. You got God. God has loved you. He's loved you. He's been merciful. He's been gracious to you. And I'm like, I have to continuously remind myself, thank you, God, for loving me. Thank you, God, for loving me. Even though I don't deserve it, God, forgive me, God, for the things that I have done, for the things that I'm doing to myself, to you, God, for disrespecting you, for not appreciating the love that you have given me, for taking for granted the things that I have in my life, and not only that, for the people that I have in my life, and just being woe is me sometimes, you know, or being so hard, or being so angry when I was angry, for, you know, letting things get to me when I shouldn't have, and for seeking a love that is superficial, you know, a love that may not last, and not appreciating or acknowledging the love that I have from God. And so many times I cry because it's like, I know I have that spiritual love, the love that surpasses all things. But it's like you be seeking and you be searching for something more physical. And I say that in the way of, y'all, my mom, for the 12 years that I had her, I can't say that she was this best mom, the great mom in the world, or the greatest mom in the world, and that she gave me, you know, all that I needed emotionally, physically, spiritually, you know, financially, any of that. I can't say it. But the times that I had her, oh God, now where I feel like I took her for granted, because there would be times where I'd be so frustrated with her because I'm like, just, you know, get it right. Y'all, when you raise your own kids, you realize how difficult it can be, and how you realize why your parents weren't patient, but then you can see why you should be patient as well. So I'm being the parent, but I've also been the child. So I know better. And when you know better, you try to do better. And I feel like maybe she couldn't find the time in her life to really slow down and realize that. But I do know my mom loved me, because when she was being that mom that I knew she could be, y'all, oh, she loved me with the love, y'all. She cared for me, bro. She did. Y'all, I see so much of myself in my nephew, because my sister is doing things that she can just be so much better, and I have so much faith in God that he will turn it around. But 12 years old, y'all. My nephew is 12 years old. 12 years ago, I was 12 years old. And, well, he's about to be 12 anyway, so 12 years old. And I was 12 years old when I lost my mom, and I'm afraid for him, y'all, because I don't want him to lose his mom. I know that she has to come back to herself. She knows God. She will find God. So I won't even get into that, because we're all on this road, on this journey, finding God. We all have that hole in us that's missing something. We think we can fill it with people and things, and, you know, materialistic things, and, you know, that void that you're longing for, that thing, that hole that's in you, that it's just like, I need that desire. That's God. That's your longing for God, and you may not acknowledge it now, and you're like, no, whatever it is, you need Jesus in your life. I need Jesus in my life. I'm always longing for God. I want my heart to open up and be full with God, and for that to be enough, and to stop searching for a love that just does not exist, because sometimes we are incapable of giving people what they desperately need, because it's God that they need, and we should allow God to reign through us and continue to be gracious to people and kind to them, because we're all in this journey of life looking, searching, longing for something to fulfill us. And so back to the topic of wanting love. So my mom passed away when I was 12. My whole life, I've been looking to get that back, y'all. I would be up her tail, literally, going places I shouldn't have been. Just like I see my nephew. He loves his mom so much, y'all. But, anyways. So, I was raised by my grandparents from the time, throughout my life, my grandparents have been very heavily involved. So, let me just say that. But my mom was a very prominent figure in my life. And then my mom passed away when I was 12. I literally had just turned 12 that summer. We moved out of our house that we were renting from my aunt. We moved in with my grandpa. It was me, my 3 other siblings, my grandpa, and my grandma. And my mom, of course. And then my mom died in a tragic accident. And my life changed completely then. It's like one of those summer sad stories. And from then on, although even when I was younger, I was very aware, y'all. I've always had this awareness. I've had so many things happen to me and occur in my life where I'm like, y'all, I have so many stories to tell, but whatever. Yeah, so from then on, I've just been very protective of myself, because, my grandparents, like I said, they grew up very old. They are, my grandfather, rest his soul, and my grandma, who's still alive, God bless her. We had a very rough relationship, because my grandparents, they were born in a day where you had to be very aware of the world and your surroundings. So you had to have this rugged texture to you and be hard. And sometimes I feel like they were kind of cold, but that's what they knew. And now I'm very grateful for who they were for me, because it prepared me for the world. But in those moments, it's like all you need sometimes is a hug. And I'm not gonna say my granddaddy wasn't loving or anything like that. His idea of who he was being a provider. He made sure to provide and give. And in those moments, it's like I look back on it and I'm like, y'all, I took that for granted, because now I'm like, my granddaddy, he probably make you feel like you was a little slow, but he always helped, and he always provided, and he always made sure we had what we needed, even if it felt like it was not always so nurturing. Men in his day weren't nurturing. They had to be providers, and I'm so appreciative. So this is not me talking down. I am very grateful for him. But they had a tough love, y'all, and a tough love don't always work with everybody. And I think that's what made me so hard and so cold too, is because my mom left, y'all. I was looking sad. And I remember crying one time. My granddaddy said, crying never solved nothing, y'all. But it sure did feel good, Sometimes crying is just a release. But it doesn't solve anything. And that's true. It does not solve anything. But it helps in that moment to just let go and release. I feel like I just wanted a hug. I needed a hug. And I became cold, because I'm like, everybody's so mean to me. I don't need, whatever. By the time I got in high school, that changed. And I was learning. I was trying to break all generational curses and trying to come better into myself. I've been down so many roads and trials and triumphs. But long story short, y'all, we got to stop chasing that superficial love and accept the love that God has given us, y'all. Can't nobody love you like Jesus. Can't nobody do you like Jesus. So just, that person, that thing that you want to turn it around, don't put your hope in them. Put your hope in God. You're going to break yourself, and you're going to be broken. You're going to be hurt because you want that person to love you. And sometimes They don't have it in you. That's not what they can give you. They can give you other things, and it's like you want something so badly for them, you forget about the things that they give you. So when your parents say, like, I give you a home, I give you this, I give you that, give them back that love. Give them back that love. Give people love. And what you can do for yourself is try to help your own emotional well-being. Not everybody's gonna give that to you, and it's so unfortunate, especially for kids. You know, we gotta sometimes map out how to figure out things on our own. I would be saying nobody wrote a book. God, there's the Bible, y'all. But as far as like outside of that, like, you know, decision making, where it's like, well, should I do this or should I do that? And neither of them are bad things to do. You just don't know what trajectory your life will go in. But God will have you where you need to be no matter which road you need to go down. So stop fighting God. Stop resisting him. Know that you will not win. And it's just going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you. And it's going to prolong the process. You know, it's growing pains, y'all. You go through the fire, but you won't smell like smoke, and you're going to come out better than before. So accept the love that God has already given you. Stop looking for that love in other people and things. And look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be okay. God got me. And that's the best thing you can have is God. Not everybody's going to like this message, and that's okay. I don't need you to comment negative things. You choose to believe what you want to believe, and I will continuously believe what I believe in. And, you know, we just have to spread kindness to one another regardless of what you believe in. And just be gracious to people. You know, we all hurt. We all got hurt. That don't mean you got to be abrasive to somebody else. Oh, I'm mad. You're going to learn one way or another. But, yeah. I hope this message is just reach somebody, y'all, because I just be telling myself, I'm going to keep telling myself, it's okay, y'all. I done told God I'm letting go and I'm letting God, because I'm like, I don't know what else you want from me, Lord. It's because God's been telling me to let go, y'all. I'm only giving this message to you because that song, Encourage Yourself, it says, I minister to you. But I can't verbatim, but I minister to myself, you know. I don't know the lyrics verbatim. I minister to you, but I also minister to myself, y'all. We have to know. I'm going to tell you something, practice what you preach, y'all. And I'm trying. So try with me, y'all. Try with me. You want somebody to love you, hold you, hug you, tell you it's going to be okay. Someone to be responsible for you, because you've just been responsible for everybody else. Someone to, you know, comfort you, let you know that it's okay, y'all. I have this rough exterior because I have to protect myself, because not everybody has the same mindset as me. So, and that's okay. But you can't expect you from people, and not in a negative way, but it's like, not everybody has the same upbringing. Everybody has their trauma. Everybody has their scars, y'all. We've been living in survival. We gotta thrive, y'all. We gotta live too. So just release and let go. It ain't gonna always be easy. You might jump into gear and try to protect yourself. That hard shell might come back up. You get scared, just like a turtle. I call myself a turtle, y'all. You know, when turtles get scared, I'm going back in my shell. I don't like this. And then you slowly come back out. But don't isolate yourself. Turtles don't isolate themselves. They don't run away. You know, just protect themselves for a little while, and that's what I'm learning. Be softer with myself, because y'all, I be hard on myself. Because, you know, that's what I know, you know. But then it's like, we got to be soft with ourselves too. You know, we got to learn that balance. But yeah. I love you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Take care of yourselves. Remember, take care of you first, because you won't be able to take care of anybody else. And you'll run on empty, and that ain't good. I'm not telling you to be selfish. Continue to care for others. Continue to be there for others. But remember to take care of home as well, right? Take care of home as well.